You know, for a minute, I thought that Apple was going to make iPads fold in two, but once again, it seems that got put in the shelf over a more important priority. As yes, it looks like Apple is seriously working on a foldable iPhone, but they might go in a different direction with it. We have new hands-on images of the OnePlus 9 that reveal some new interesting collaborations, should we say, and it looks like Apple's car developments won't stop anytime soon, but apparently Cupertino's plans have stopped for a bit. I'm Jaime Rivera, and is it just me, or did J-Lo and Shakira do a better halftime special than The Weeknd? Chime in the comments. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today, as always, begin with deals, and ones you should work on now as Valentine's Day is getting closer. And hey, if you don't have a partner, who cares? I jump on these regardless. Let's start it off with the Samsung Galaxy S21, as it is still available for just $99 if you get the unlocked variant with a trade-in deal, and you also get $50 in instant credit for accessories. The S21 Plus is available for as low as $199 with a $75 in credit, and then the S21 Ultra is $399 with $100 in instant credit. And by the way, don't forget that SUPCASE is still our #1 choice for device protection. Use promo code 10Pocketnow on Amazon to get 10% off the award-winning UB Pro, or use promo code PocketNow15 on SUPCASE.com for a 15% discount as well. Now, if you move on to Amazon and B&H, the S21 is also $100 off. There, it means that it starts at $699 for the entry-level model, and then both B&H and Amazon also have the M1 Mac Mini for $50 off, leaving the entry-level model for just $649. Now, back on to Amazon, the latest iPad Air is also $30 off, leaving it at $569 for the 64 gigabytes of storage model. And finally, if you're looking for smart speakers, Amazon is running a huge sale on the A lineup. The Echo Show 8 is available for $50 off, leaving it for $80 shipped. And we have more deals on other speakers, more Samsung devices, and more in the description. And our giveaway for the Galaxy S21 and Galaxy S21 Ultra in partnership with SUPCASE is still a few days away. So follow the first link in the description below, enter promo code PocketNowGalaxy. That'll enhance your chances to win. Now, it's been a minute since we've covered Xiaomi on the show, and I think it has a lot to do with their new approach to a more premium lineup. Now, regardless, the company just announced their new Mi 11 globally. The Mi 11 brings a 6.81-inch Quad HD Plus AMOLED display running at 120 Hz. It is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 along with 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage, and a 4600 mAh battery that supports 55-watt fast charging. When it comes to the cameras, this phone brings a triple camera array of an 108 megapixel primary sensor, a 13 megapixel ultra wide, and a 5 megapixel macro sensor. It is capable of shooting 8K video in HDR10+, and it also rocks a 20 megapixel selfie shooter at the front. Now, this phone also supports things like 50-watt wireless charging, 10-watt reverse charging, and it brings stereo speakers tuned by Harman Kardon and an IR blaster. Talk about a throwback to the past. Now, the reason why we're covering it is because this Mi 11 starts at a far more reasonable 750 euros for the entry-level model and should launch in mid-February. My unit should arrive in the studio around that time, and I do plan to make a review, so make sure you keep an eye out for when that happens. Let's move the spotlight onto OnePlus. We're getting closer to that rumored early launch in March as we speak. So far, we've gotten multiple hands-on images of the OnePlus 9, but over the weekend, someone decided to share a ton of them with Dave2D, and well, these reveal everything you need to know. Now, most of these things we had already seen from previous leaks, like the same punch hole display. We also see the silver glossy design as well as the USB-C port. Probably the biggest change from these leaks is the new camera module, which has a Hasselblad branding in it. Multiple rumors have claimed that the new cameras would be tuned by Leica, but it looks like that won't be the case. Now, this isn't the first time that Hasselblad has partner with a smartphone maker, as they did with the Moto mod for the Moto Z, but my god, that was terrible. So I'm not gonna get my hopes up. This phone is expected to bring a quad camera array with two 48 megapixel sensors and two smaller sensors for essentials like a 2 megapixel macro you'll never use. We'll see what we get and let us know if seeing the Hasselblad branding makes you have a better opinion over what's to come. Now, once again, let's move on to Apple's less conventional venture, as there's a lot of buzz around a couple of them. First of all, let's talk Apple Car, as recently a statement from Hyundai said that they were in discussions with Apple, but of course, it was an early stage and nothing was decided just yet. Well, according to a new report from Bloomberg, Hyundai and its affiliate Kia have said that they are not in talks with Apple on developing an Apple Car. Kind of contradictory because the first statement was actually put out by Hyundai Motors. But apparently what's really happening is that Apple paused discussion weeks ago, as they were apparently discussing similar plans with other manufacturers, and it makes a lot of sense for companies to look for other options. We do know that the company invested a pretty big chunk of money, but they might also be in talks with Japanese manufacturers, which would be a nice combination. Now, moving on to another topic, if you remember, Apple announced that their hardware engineering chief will move on to focus on other projects, but you know that never gets disclosed. Well, a new report claims that the move is to an AR and VR headset project. This move is similar to what Phil Schiller did last year, moving from a senior role, but to an area that still needed quote-unquote supervision. When it comes to AR and VR devices from Apple, so far we're expecting the Apple glasses and the mixed reality headset that we saw last week, but the talks of it being for professionals, that's going to be weird. And finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk Apple and the future of iPhones. For years, we've been hearing rumors of a foldable iPhone, but it's always seemed to be a little far-fetched. Now that there's actually a foldable market, those have unfolded again, and Diego's puns are terrible. But today we have a new report from John Prosser where he gives us multiple details on what and when we should expect it. Apple was reportedly testing two different prototypes of a foldable iPhone, but according to Prosser, Apple will apparently stick to the clamshell design as it's getting more attention internally, even if both of them pass the tests. He also claims that one of the goals here is to offer these in fun and colorful colors like what we get with the iPhone 12 series, and not the series tones that we get from the Pros. Now, we're expecting these to bring somewhat of a hefty price tag, but it does seem like Apple wants to market these as a fun and youthful product, unlike what Samsung is doing, as they're treating their foldables more like a productivity tool. So yeah, the hefty price tag might not be the case. Now, finally, Prosser debunked the rumors, saying that we should be getting this next year, claiming that he doesn't really know how far along they are, but it definitely will not happen next year. Anyways, let us know in the question of the day, if you were to buy a foldable, what form factor would you prefer? Because I've always been more in favor of the convenience of clamshells, but honestly, the Galaxy Z Fold 2 has proven to be the coolest foldable that I've used so far, so I would actually like to see that happen, but we'll see. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram. And follow me on my personal handles to see me complain about halftime shows. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.